Here. And this is this year's young. In the middle of the summer they give birth. You'll hear this in lecture. Water snakes, there are two things snakes can do. Some lay eggs, some give birth. Water snakes give birth. All of our venomous snakes outside of one gives birth too. Like copperheads, rattlesnakes, cottonmouths, they all give birth. So water snakes give birth. This is a very young animal, about as small as they get, and they like these little creeks because they don't have a lot of big predators in there to eat them. I mean, a good-sized bass would eat this. Big wading birds will eat them. And you see there's a lot of food here. We shocked up 1,000 stone rollers. We were ignoring them after a while. But this is what these things eat, and they eat them whole. We'll talk about how snakes do that later on. This little guy, I think he's been handled enough in the water. He doesn't smell. But water snakes are notorious for two things: biting. Usually, especially big ones, you grab them in 10 seconds, they've bitten you 10 times. But they just have little barbs for teeth, little tiny teeth. They just scratch you. I mean, they don't have the venom or anything. But they're nasty, mean animals. And the other thing they do is vent. So a vent is the cloacal, or the equivalent to a mammal's anus area. And so it's back here somewhere around the tail. And they release a very pungent, stinky odor. And this little guy, well, I'm not smelling him at all. So he's probably already done it in some of those nets we tried to get him. So any event, there you go. So this is not the vicious killer snake. These get confused in the water with people think anything in the water is a cottonmouth. Well, it's not. Most snakes, 90% of the one in the water are these guys. They tend to be oranger, and they have the big broad bands still, but they tend to be a little more rusty colored when they get old. This is a fairly bright brown, which is interesting. So in any event, Mama's around here somewhere.
What was it called?
They get to be about 3 feet long.
Midland water snake?
Midland water snake. It's a Midland water snake. So anybody want to
Yeah.
Yes.
take pictures?
Oh.
You have now handled a snake. This is
Fine.
the other
Handle-
snake.
handle
This is
you
not the
when
first
it's
time.
This will be the one to.
So these don't bite?
Oh, they bite.
They bite,
Wait,
but
no,
they
like
bite like
he's
crazy.
Yeah,
kind of
he's-
small.
He's either really terrified
I
or
think
he's...
I think he's worn out.
Yeah.
He acts like they're usually very jumpy and wiggly, and he's been chased and
We-
in and out of the nets.
we had like 5
et
nets.
cetera.
Yeah, I don't want to hold it because
He's dead tired,
Get his energy
basically.
He's so tiny. Would he really even hurt?
He's
Come
still
on,
breathing,
you've gotten your
so...
finger pricked by the doctor before, right? It's gonna be the same
It's
thing.
the same thing.
Yeah.
Anybody else?
She's got no sympathy.